Peter Brown, I want to ask you about a little bit of sort of miscommunication that happened last week where Konami's PR decided to take their time clarifying something. So telling me a little bit about the sort of the element of microtransactions that exists in the player versus player aspect of Metal Gear Solid 5.
So I'm gonna lay this out by explaining that there are 2 multiplayer modes to the game.
Okay.
There's Metal Gear Online. That is coming in October.
Yes.
That is like 2 squads face each other and fight.
And you haven't played any of that?
Any of that, okay. The other multiplayer component that goes live on launch is called FOB, which stands for Forward Operating Base. In the game, you manage a base called Mother Base. Forward Operating Base is a secondary base that you use to, you add more soldiers to your crew there and they help you develop stuff. You can elect to go into a PvP mode where other players can invade your base and you can defend it against them. Likewise, you can invade other players' bases. And there's like a risk reward of different resources and stuff that come with that. So when I was playing the game, I was playing offline. When I got the ability to build an FOB, it said I had to spend MB coins to purchase the water to make place for the base. It then said MB coins are a paid service. So to me that said, okay, this mode is locked behind a microtransaction. I reached out to Konami last week, days and days ago, and said, it looks as though I need to pay money to access FOB.
Because presumably the MBs or whatever, that currency was supposed to be something in the game that you would also earn by playing.
So no.
Okay.
There's so many layers of confusion in this.
Okay, sorry.
So I emailed Konami and said, what are the costs associated with FOB? How do I get it? Like, what are all the steps? Their response was, oh, we'll have more information for you next week. We don't have anything to share right now. They had that opportunity to tell me. I then put up a news story after playing the game saying, well, it looks like that in order to do FOB, you have to buy MB coins, which the game calls a paid service. Konami reached out to me and said, hey, that's not true. We've said that in the past. And I asked them yesterday morning again, well, then give me more information. I need to know how I unlock this without spending money.
Oh, because I saw the screenshot as well from from what you were playing, and it says it like twice. This is, you need to buy these, and there's no other option.
It contradicts what Konami had said in the past. But the fact is that I had the final retail copy of the game, and that's what it was telling me. Ultimately, I ended up talking to someone else who was at the review event, who was a YouTube streamer, and they played a build of the game that was focused around multiplayer, and that was using an internal server by Konami. They play the mission that unlocks the ability to open up FOB. So I don't understand how this works, but because they were connected online, the game let them buy the initial forward operating base using in-game currency that they had been earning the whole time. So even though that's not a microtransaction connected to a server, they had to be connected to a server for it to enable them to do that.
Oh, that is weird.
It's backwards thinking. It doesn't make sense. Me being offline, I never got that option, so I never saw evidence of the fact that you get a forward operating base for free. This was all clarified last night. The first FOB that you can build using in-game currency. Every other base after that, you have to purchase using MB coins. I don't know how much they cost. Konami doesn't know yet, according to them. I don't know how many MB coins you're going to have to spend. They still don't know that either.
Right.
You can also use MB coins to speed up development of certain things. As you get to higher levels, bases like new platforms take like an hour to generate or something like that.
So as accelerators, like games like whatever, Farmville, or where they have times.
Metal Gear Solid 5 is exactly like Farmville.
Or Fallout Shelter. Great, there you have it. Stick it on the box. Outside of the confusion about, and the sort of the still confusion about exactly what the limits are on this that Konami still haven't kind of clarified, doesn't it kind of suck that this stuff is in Metal Gear Solid 5? Like, it seems almost complete. What this kind of looks like to me is that like Kojima made this game, and then this is the bit that Konami were in charge of, and decided to do this lame microtransaction aspect, which seems almost unnecessary.
I'm of 2 minds when it comes to this issue. I mean, one, I don't appreciate microtransactions. I mean, who loves them in a full-price game? Nobody. But at the same time, this game specifically, like politics and grand stances aside, what I've played already, I am so satisfied with what I got out of Metal Gear. The FOB stuff being there and that you can participate in it for free sounds good to me. I played some of it. Granted, it was on one of the saves from Konami, which was like a really high-level build, so I wasn't attached to what I was losing or fighting for. And it was a fun mode, but it's not the sort of thing I personally want to sink a lot of time into. And I don't know that a lot of people who are going to really buy this game are going to be looking for that specifically either. I don't think it's great. I think, if it's in there, it shouldn't cost any money. I'm not personally bothered by it because I'm not going to invest a lot of time in it, I don't think. But hey, if you want to try it out, you can. And unfortunately, you're going to have to spend more money if you want to get deeper into that. And I can't apologize for anybody doing that. That's a shitty situation to be in. And I wish it wasn't the case.
Yeah, and hopefully it won't be that much money, but I guess time will tell. Konami will let us know. Last question, do you believe, just in seeing what they've done with that we'll see some sort of microtransactions appear in the Metal Gear Online portion of the game coming later in the year?
Yeah, why not?
You think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why. I mean, yeah, if there's evidence to support that they're going to do it with a thing included with the game at launch, I'd be amazed if it wasn't also in Metal Gear Online. I mean, surprise me, Konami.
Surprise us.
Yeah.
Don't surprise us, actually, because all the times you've been surprising us over the past year with all this Kojima stuff is maybe a bit too much for our poor little hearts. Peter Brown, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, absolutely.